Every year around the summer solstice, the Chinese city of Yulin celebrates their dog meat festival. It's estimated that around 10,000 dogs are slaughtered every year and hung up for sale in the city streets, many of them stolen pets. Although it is not illegal to eat dog meat in China, opinions are split, but thanks to social media, the voices of those who oppose the barbaric celebration are being heard louder than ever as the debate on whether this age-old tradition should continue goes global. As the number of pet-owning middle class increases in a rapidly modernizing China, it begs the question, how long can festivals like this really last? Now, Madison, I want to point out that I want to reiterate what I said, that it's not just a Chinese discussion now, it's going global. We're seeing a lot of websites like this one behind me that aim towards educating the West on what's going on. For example, since May, almost 250,000 tweets have been posted using the hashtag #StopYulin 2015, most of that activity coming from the UK and US and Australia, far from China, but still getting a lot of attention. People weren't talking about this very much, and now, thanks to social media, we see that maybe in the future, celebrations like this won't exist. I want to say though, wait a minute, what about all the animals that we eat and we kill here in the US? Because we know every day is chicken festival and beef festival and pork festival in the US. We kill a lot more animals than they do on this one celebration during June. Now, for example, in India, cows are seen as sacred animals. They might be just as horrified seeing a video from an American slaughterhouse as we are seeing these dogs being put into cages and killed in inhumane ways. So I think it's very, it depends on which side of the line you're standing on and how you see things. But again, though, I do not condone this, and it's very different because dogs are used as pets, and so it's hard to compare the two, but again, it's a discussion nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely, and I think social media is a perfect platform for these discussions. I mean, we are passionate about here in America about our dogs and about PETA and about animals. So I think, you know, it does across the board. Sometimes people are vegan and don't eat cow that are here in America. So, you know, it's a personal choice, but pets here, we love our animals, we love our dogs, and now being able to have our voice heard on social media does make things like this possibly where it doesn't exist. And of course, people are going to be outraged if they see animal cruelty in any way.
And
yeah.
And the numbers are going up. U.S. animal welfare group Duo, whose Change.org petition called for the cancellation of the festival, they got 200,000 signatures. The group's campaign video on YouTube has been viewed more than 130 times, so they're gaining a lot of traction here in the U.S. Andrea Gung, who's the founder of Duo, I mean, she went to one of the slaughterhouses. She went there to see what is going on. She says the cats and the dogs were still wearing their collars. It was really sad. They were friendly animals, but they're still wearing the collars, so you know that these were pets at one point. And I think that's what's different between the killing of cows and chickens as opposed to these dogs. Now, a living creature is a living creature. I'm not saying that a dog's life is worth more than a chicken, for example, but it's different when you're talking about a dog and a chicken because that is used as a pet. That's something that we build a relationship towards. So it's sad in that respect. One other thing that she brings up, though, is health concerns. They don't know where these dogs are coming from. A lot of these dogs are on the streets. They might have diseases. Now, Chinese people in Yulin believe that dog meat is very healthy for you, and that might be the case, but when you're getting street dogs, you don't know if they have diseases or not, which also poses a risk in itself.
Well, I also think when you look at videos, I've heard a lot of people after they've seen the slaughter of cows and chickens, they don't want to eat meat anymore. So again, sometimes this, when you do too much knowledge is, you know, too much. When you see something, it changes you. So a lot of times that maybe this across the board, you know, a lot of times that when you know, it could happen the same thing, like you see dogs being slaughtered. Nobody really wants to see anything being cruelty and you know, done the wrong way. Even when you say you're killing cows for meat, there's a process in it. And again, how are we treating the animals? So again, this is up for debate on realistically, now that we can see video of it, it does put a lot of people, alarm people of like how to handle this issue.
Yeah, it's sad nonetheless. Well, the number of people who are against it are clearly growing very quickly in China. I lived in China for quite some time. I never was offered dog meat, saw anything like this. This is something that happens once a year, mostly in remote places. I was in Beijing, I was in the big city, so I didn't really see it, but you can find it, I'm sure, around the world, around the country. Like I said, a lot of people find it to be very healthy, but nonetheless, Opposition is growing, and it's becoming more of a global discussion. Speaking of which, we want to know what you guys have to say about all this by commenting below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the Lip TV for more.